If you've been around basketball, you've definitely heard coaches talk about the importance of film and studying film, and you've heard players on podcasts with microphones say you have to study film,
Watching film is studying.
but that's really non-advice. For me, it's like telling a shooter you have to make shots or telling a weightlifter you have to lift more weights. It's advice, you're not wrong, but you're not exactly helpful. This is non-advice advice reminds me of my rookie year overseas, where it was my first time in another country, and anybody who's played overseas will tell you the language barrier is real. I had a teammate who spoke both English and Spanish, and he would translate for me every practice, every time out, everything. And he got tired of it. So it got to the point where he would just look at me and just say, "Do better." Every time coach finished talking, "Do better," which is the same exact thing as the non-advice advice. Just do better than you're currently doing. Great. How? So now let's get to the point of the video, which is how can you take what you watch in film and actually apply it into your own games? More specifically, how can you identify the problems that you have and then fix them? Sounds simple, right? And I think film is the most powerful tool to be able to do that. The only problem is simply watching the film doesn't provide you with examples that you can see and take from. In order to demonstrate this, I'm going to use a very specific basketball example, which I think is generally horribly taught, mainly because, and it's not coach's fault, they were taught on defense, run back. So that's what they teach their teams. When in reality, there is a far more efficient way to play transition defense. So let's dive deep. The goal of transition defense is obvious. We want to slow the ball down so the other team is forced to play in the half court. That helps us statistically win the game. They are far less likely to score in the half court than a transition layup. How do we slow the ball down? Let's add a few things to your bag. You can pressure the outlet, you can get in front of the ball. Now, another non advice thing that coaches always say is stop the ball. You're not going to stop the ball. It's nearly impossible, but you can slow the ball down. And it's very, very important to keep in mind that the ball handler is way more worried about turning the ball over than you need to be about trying to steal the ball or pressure him too much. You are just there to delay him. If you can buy 2 or 3 seconds, the rest of your team will be able to get back and you will force the half court possession. Mission accomplished. Now, these are just words on a YouTube video. And it's very hard to take what I just said and apply it into your games without seeing examples. So you have to see examples and then you have to go and practice those things in practice and get reps with that. And don't expect after you watch this video to instantly be good at it. The thing is, it takes time. But a side benefit of this is working on transition defense. It will have a direct impact on how you see transition offense. You will notice when the other team isn't playing good transition defense and you will punish them. So it works hand in hand. But the important thing is you take these examples, you have this mindset, you go to practice, you work on it. And then inside my program, we check the tape to see, did you make any progress? Some things that you can button up, maybe some things that you can add to your game. And this is just one aspect of the game, transition defense. We do this with everything. And we go bit by bit because that's what works. And like I said, the learning process takes time. It takes practice, it takes reps. But the benefit of learning this way through examples and through taking these ideas to practice and working on them is these ideas and concepts become a part of your game slowly but surely, and they just become instincts and they become habits. And that's the goal of my program at the study of hoops. And I have to mention that information overload and overcoaching are two very real issues. And information overload comes from the amount of information that is immediately accessible. So you end up going in 50 directions and going nowhere at all. And overcoaching is making something that's rather simple and making it complex. That's why I let clips do most of the talking for me because you take what you take from it. I guide you in the right direction, but that's where real learning takes place. Once you personalize it, internalize it, and then you go and practice it, works like a charm. I know I got you in here with the clickbaity title, but studying film is not real advice. And if you want to take it a step further, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to take it even further, check out my community because we get results. And that's really the only criteria that matters.